I'm Dar from Dar's Divine Connections, and I'm here today to talk about grounding with Mother Earth as an effective way to connect to the natural electromagnetic forces that are there for you. This neutralizes this sea of electromagnetic pollution that we live in today in our modern day world. Those of us who do massage and energy work have been using grounding as a technique to prepare ourselves to work with clients, as well as at the end of a session to help them come back down into the real world and be ready to go out with higher energy to tackle what they have to tackle out in life. According to the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine, in an article they did recapping research for the last 5 to 8 years about Earth's natural forces, this will reduce inflammation, boost antioxidants, improve sleep, it'll balance your energy, clarify your thinking, if you get a little foggy brain, and regulate the endocrine and the nervous systems of the body, and perhaps even increase our lifespan as it does all that. As I mentioned, the research is relatively recent, let's say 5 to 10 years. So today let's look at 5 simple ways to activate these natural forces that are just available to us. So the first most obvious way is going foot naked, barefoot. Many cultures, even where footwear is available, are choosing to walk barefoot on the earth because they realize that Mother Earth has some basic earth therapeutic values. So flip off those shoes and walk in the grass or sand or petals or ponds. And one thing you can be aware of is the K1 point, the kidney point on the foot. By being aware of the kidney point on the foot, you can just open that point with a gentle massage prior to going barefoot. So if you want to gather free electrons and natural energy from the earth, the answer is go foot naked. The sole of the foot has more nerve endings per inch than any other part of your body. So just doing a real light massage there on those points. And I'm just going to show you the point on my hand here. And what I mean by light massage is just a nice circular motion. And if you decide to do that on both hands and feet, get down on all fours, just like the animals do. I also sometimes tease that besides going foot naked, you can go hug a tree. That's also one way to ground. Now, sometimes we have trouble getting out in nature. So the second way is to bring nature into your home. You can decorate with the elements of air, water, fire, or earth. You can do arrangements or even artwork. There was a study done, a double-blind study done of people recovering from surgery, and those that had a window overlooking nature or artwork representing nature healed at a faster rate than those with no window or those with abstract art. So I find that just fascinating. So if you're in a climate where it's not practical or it's too cold to go barefoot, or you're in a high rise and unable to get outside during periods of time, one thing that I like to do is take a rock. I have a beautiful quartz crystal about this size. I have a clear crystal that we dug out of the Ozark Mountains that's just gorgeous. I have a chunk of calcite that came right out of the earth here at the lake, right outside the lodge. So any of those rocks I just will put like under my desk in my office and just put my feet on it like a footstool, especially in the wintertime. Right now I have them out in the sun recharging, but my favorite thing is to bring them in and place them like under my desk. So a third way is to do visualizations, like nature visualizations. So as you ground, whether it's inside or out, be sure that you're setting an intention and picturing in your mind that you're reaping all those benefits. And one way to do that is to picture that the cells in your bloodstream are recalibrating and your circulation is improving. Because it is. Because grounding or earthing, whatever you might want to call it, will improve of that. So one of my favorite meditations is to imagine, or visualization, is to imagine that there are roots growing out of the bottom of my feet. And I have them travel deep into the earth. And remember that K1, that kidney point, you want to have some strong roots going down from that. And the roots go deep out of the bottom of my feet, down into the earth, and then I imagine stalactites and stalagmites and layers of red clay and beautiful crystals and amethyst glinting and clear crystals glinting and all the different sedimentary rock, all the different layers of rock and the colors until those roots reach the center of the earth, where the earth is just rotating at 900,000 millihertz per second. It's just spinning really fast, and I root into that big volcanic fire and just bring all those beautiful energies back up into my body and let them just come up and into all parts and circle around and warm me and then ground me and know that I am of this earth at this time. Another idea is to take a saltwater bath. And if you haven't done that before, they are enjoyable. I've never been a big bath person. I've been a shower person. So if I'm in a hurry, I will take salt and do a salt scrub and imagine that I am being showered. Under my shower, I'm in a stream of salt water, beautiful salt water, waterfall going into a big pool. But while you're in a saltwater bath, you can add a few of your favorite rocks or crystals. You can visualize a beautiful tropical location. You can float in the sea with the sun drenching down on you. You can almost pretend like you're shape-shifting and becoming part of the ocean and the sand and the Gulf. So those visualizations will help you to ground. A fourth technique is to use props or tools. And as you set a clear intention, as I mentioned before, to ground in the earth energy, you can, take your favorite stones and perhaps, handle those back and forth. You can take mala beads, or I happen to have cedar beads, and you can finger each one of those, setting the intention that you're grateful for different things in your life. I like to do that. I actually have my cedar beads of 4 directions here with me. So I will actually finger each one and think of something to be grateful for. So that's a technique you might try. I enjoy walking the labyrinth or a spiral as well, using that as a tool. And all of these props are tools that I mentioned just recently in this 4th technique. Repetition is what's important in helping you ground and appreciate the earth. And the 5th and final technique that we're covering today is to apply sound. So you can listen to recordings of rain and waves and songbirds and frogs. And we have natural crickets at night, which I'm surprised we don't hear yet. It's just dusk here. And I kind of lost my train of thought a minute. Because the dog is right here and he just decided to take a drink of water. Some of you have met Dusty Boy. The other thing that you can do is set your intention to connect your root chakra, and you can visualize, you can listen to those music and you can visualize this beautiful red light, almost like a hula hoop, just kind of going around the base of you, around your tailbone and down and into the earth with a beautiful beam of red light, and let that light get refreshed in that volcanic center I talked about. So that also helps. None of these are to be used in isolation. You can just combine the whole bunch and do it all. Another sound is, and it sounds a little funny, is the ape sound. So by thinking of the root chakra and by doing a real deep and you can bend your knee, stand up, bend your knees a little bit, and connect to the earth with the ape sound in the deep red color. And as most of you know, indigenous cultures, they use musical instruments. And for instance, grab a rattle here. The rattle can be used to represent water, and you can bring water in and the blessings of water. And you know how water rinses away things? Well, the rattle can be used to clear and rinse away things that no longer serve you. So there's different rattle techniques that will probably be covered at another time, but I do want to mention the rattle as a way to bring water in and sound. Another more common sound is the drum. This one happens to be the Ojibwe drum, and a quite common sound is the heartbeat. Heartbeat, 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 heartbeat. Doesn't that just make you help center and ground? Well, now you know the dog is really here because you've heard him talk. Dusty, quiet please. In conclusion, earth plus skin equals natural health. And some of the things that can happen is less inflammation, more antioxidants, better sleep, improved energy. So why not go foot naked, bring nature in, apply visualization, set an intention with some type of a prop, or use sound and rhythm. Thanks for joining Dora's Divine Connections today, and I'd like to just send love and light and blessings your way.